Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where we're playing an update 5. And last time, we messed with all the trains, train signals and all that jazz, watched everything explode, and then fixed it so it wouldn't explode. But train signals were only half of update 5. The other half was all the customization stuff we have now. So we have the customizer, we got colors for days, we have new materials, we have patterns. There's even signs, for goodness sake. Look at all this fun stuff we could mess with. And since all the trains crashed last time, that pretty much broke our nuclear power plant, and now we are stuffed to the brim again with nuclear waste, oh boy. But this also leads to an opportunity. You see, if we already have a new nuclear waste problem, that means we can do some redesigning here. And now that we have all these cool update 5 things, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rip out all the power cables and completely rebuild this factory so it's more organized, understandable, and better looking. And rework our control room so when an emergency strikes, like it kinda did, we can kinda easily go through things without being like, what the heck's going on? What's fuel prod? What are those? And all that kind of jazz. No. None of this anymore. We will make it better, stronger, and more powerful than ever before. So remember to subscribe and leave a like. Let's get that wrecking ball out. No more janky pipe thing. No more glass on the roof. Now, get it out. What even is this? Be gone! I'm like looking around, why are there refineries next to the train station? Why aren't they in a separate zone? Why are these belts here? And why is there all this nuclear material right next to the entrance of the whole building? There should be a clear zone. Oh, there's so many things that need to be redone. So many things that could be built better. Oh, however, I'm only gonna redesign the front part of this building, like the control room and this all, to make it look better. Don't worry, we're not gonna be messing with all of this. I'm not redoing this pipework. I'm not redoing all of that jazz. I don't even know what half this stuff does anymore. I'd have to like research through my own notes to figure it all out. And in my opinion, this place only needs a little bit of touch-ups here and there. It doesn't really need a whole facelift. Like, look at that freaking box. Looks crazy already. We're good. And you know what? I guess calling this a facelift would be a better term for it. So let's boop away all the stuff we want to redo. So great, the whole thing's gone, but now what? Well, couple things that are going to stay to kind of like ground us. Number one, I'm not moving these train stations. That'd be a pain in the butt. We messed with trains last time, not doing it again. And also, this kind of like forward-facing manufacturer thing, that looks really cool. I prefer to keep that, but honestly, everything's on the table. I might get rid of that if our design up front looks really good. But figuring out a design is a bit more tricky. Let me go to the interwebs and show you some of my inspirations. Number one is an exquisite looking parking lot. Look at all that concrete. Look at the lack of nature. So you better believe we're gonna be using tons of concrete for this build. In fact, it's probably gonna be our main building material for like the rest of this playthrough. I love concrete. It's great. But also I like a architecture style called brutalism. And there are a couple of good examples of this on Reddit. And it's kind of like a style where it's lots and lots of concrete and things are very rugged, almost with an industrial look. And back in the day, the Soviets used to build a lot like this too. And it's just very like imposing structures. So when I'm building, that's typically what I like to go for. But I found this contemporary art center in Cincinnati that looks perfect. It's beautiful. It's kind of like a modern brutalism and I just love it. And it's gonna be the main inspiration for our build today. So let's get creative. How are we gonna start with this whole project? Well, number one, I don't think I can design around the train stations. So we're gonna block those in, either with these blocks here or with walls. I don't know, we'll figure it out later. That already kind of divides this building into like a bottom portion and a top portion. The bottom portion will just be fine detail work. The top portion will be where we have the main kind of vibe to the build. Speaking of vibes, that's usually what I try to go for first. I like to try and set like the tone and like basic shapes of how the whole building will look, and then I get into like the more intricate things. So like first, we'll zoop in a bunch of concrete here, and we'll figure out the basic shapes. And first, we're just gonna have this offset square right up in front here. And then, we're gonna have a middle portion. Let's just zoop this up. Good. And this middle portion is gonna be kind of like the control center. So for this build, we know we have to build a couple refineries. We know we have to organize some belts, so we can do that over to the left. Then there's the main control room, which will be kind of in the center here. These two blocks are the center of the whole build, so this is where it will be. And I suppose this will be, I don't know, maybe like 6 blocks wide or something? And I want to build this all out of glass. Glass is fantastic, and it's very optimized nowadays, so not super afraid to build with a lot of it. And considering this project is our main power plant for the world, if there's a place to go crazy, it's gonna be on this project. Now let's see how it looks. Pretty interesting. Let's see we're on the right track. I like the block over here, I like the window right there. The right gets a little confusing though, because we have our main train track that enters the entire system, and we do not want to mess with that. And we have our nuclear fuel rod storage over there, so we have to be careful. Oh, and then on top of that, I don't want to block off this huge machine. So maybe we just wait on designing the right side for a little bit. But main concept-wise, big window in front, big brick on the left, I like that. Especially that look of beautiful concrete, except for those 2 blocks I missed, but generally speaking, I like the vibe. And honestly, with every building, kind of figuring out the vibe is the hardest part, because from there, it's like filling in puzzle pieces. It's like, okay, how is the train gonna get through this area? Well, I'm just gonna have a door and some walls around it. And I could paint the walls to match the door, GG. And with that puzzle piece in, it's almost like a corner piece. So that will dictate how the rest of the design down here is gonna look, so I'll probably do something similar. For the window, I brought that forward with a little ramp and just had the window on top, looking great. And I don't know what we'll do underneath yet. And then on the right, I don't know what's going on, man. I'll be honest, I was just trying out stuff and I just put 2 bricks there. What will become of them? I don't know. Maybe the bricks will be the whole design. And that's why I love brutalism. It's very basic and subtle. And by subtle, I mean the details are subtle. The whole thing is massive and intimidating. But pretty much the whole creative design here was figuring out the 3 pieces and then putting this giant slab of concrete on a 30-degree angle. And that's it. And look, I know we can do a lot more with Update 5, but this baby steps for me, okay? I like my block games, I played a lot of Minecraft, it's hard for me to adjust. Interior-wise though, I was trying to figure out a little bit of what's going on here. And really the interior's very similar, very basic. Where this window is just gonna continue over this way, over this brick, and over what will be this brick over here. This is the thing though, when you're dealing with block games and these angles, it's hiding the junction points. So up here, we have a design that's perfectly square, and then we have the angle. So you have to be really finicky with how to merge the 2 designs. What I'm doing with these giant foundations is I'm just putting a giant pillar over here so that this angled wall can kind of just get eaten by the pillar. And it hides all of that weirdness, you know what I mean? And maybe later on, if we're lucky, we could make that whole area up there an actual balcony. Maybe we'll have a ladder up there, I don't know. But that'd be cool. That's why I put in the railings in there already. Now what are we to do with the giant slab here? Well, a couple options. We can do pretty much whatever we want using beams. We could make some kind of intricate art design, but that would take a long time and a lot of work. We could go for the classic giant window, but we already have a giant window in this build, so what if we did, genius, little windows? Let's do it. So we can just get rid of little parts of this wall, like so. It kind of looks like a grill. And then to add an art design, we have these kind of slope upward. And then as we near the end of the building, we just stick to this height up here. That's good. Oh, except this building's too long. Well, no problem, we delete it, bye-bye. And you know what? I think we got a winner here, guys. That's pretty cool. Now just for the actual window part. Now let's just try something new. Let's try those new hexagon windows. Where are those bad boys at? Here we go, hex frame windows. These things look so freaking cool. They look pretty interesting here. It's kind of a lot of contrast. It's like super plain concrete slab, plain window, and then you got like hex frames. It's a bit much. And it's kind of like why I didn't want to build with the train stations. There's so much detail in them. But I really like these windows. What if we just set them back? That's better for sure. The ones on the front are super weird. But then if we move super far away, it probably doesn't look too good that they're indented. You probably won't be able to see them. Yeah, you could even tell, like from the things over there, you would never be able to see any windows. Kinda see them there. You know, it'd be perfect if you could have the window in between the block, right in the middle. But hey, good news is we can. Check this out. All the buildings, or at least most of them now, can have blocks be connected to them. So if we had like a catwalk here, right? And then we just put a platform here. The platform connects to the catwalk, and look at that. That's right in the middle of this pillar. So we just get rid of that. We add in our window, if I can find it. And there we go. We zoop that up. Window created. Get rid of this. Add in the concrete. And look at that. And I did that with all the other windows too. So how does that look? Pretty cool, I'm willing to bet. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yep, love it. Absolutely love it. I don't think I like the hex frame windows though. Like they're really cool. But with the design we kind of have going here, where everything is pretty neutral, it's just too much. Let's switch them out for the other windows, just these ones. Yeah, maybe that will be a bit better. And I don't know what to think of that, honestly. We're gonna get rid of that top hex window, don't worry, but these windows are almost too plain. It's either too busy or too plain. We need to figure out something in between. What if we added on like a thicker frame to the window? So we have beams, and maybe beams can help us out. Can we make like a window frame out of them? Painted beam, yeah? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you better believe it, bud. Oh, that's it, that's perfect. I think I gotta fix the little thing up there, but that's okay. That's a little tiny bit of detail we needed. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And what if we had like little window panes going through here? We could make like our own custom window essentially. So like what I'm trying to get at is like, what if we had like those going through? They're almost like bars or something. Oh dude, that's crazy. Or like a ladder. Oh no, I can't unsee the ladder. Let's look from afar though. The vibe? Imagine that was built properly, okay? Yeah, I can't unsee the ladder. It might have looked cool going all the way across, but just having the frame layer might be enough. Honestly though, that's the end of project little detailing thing, and we're not there yet. Let's change gears. Let's go underneath that platform, because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna copy that window all the way across. Underneath here though, yeah, we're just gonna continue with the walls in front of the train stations. We'll paint these, I don't know, gray or something. And then we need something in front of the walls, which is probably gonna be a miller piddle. Oh wait, no, they're just called pillars. No. You know what, miller piddles, they will last forever. I love miller piddles. Now for forget, and you know what, already I can tell, I love these concrete pillars. They're amazing, they look great. They have that little bit of extra detail we just need in the front. It's subtle, but something. Subtle, but something. Hey, that's a good one. I like that. Oh no! No! My dreams! Please! Ah! No! The pillars go too far forward. This angle. The angle! Look at how good this whole thing looks. Oh, it's like the perfect design. And then that happened. Okay, couple options. One, we could just bring this whole thing forward. Oh, but do I really want to do that? It's gonna be too much. You know what, especially looking from the front, it's gonna stick out too much. This little angle we have going right here, this is like perfect. But let's just try it, you know? It never hurts to try things, right? You can always delete it. Let's see, now, does that look like it's sticking out way too much? You better believe it. But wait, the window trick. We might have hope. We might have a chance. Let's get rid of all this jazz, right? Get rid of that. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the windows, but with a pillar, and if we're lucky, maybe everything will line up. Please. Oh my gosh! It's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, that is what I am talking about. Brother! We just do that with the rest of the pillars now. And then this one won't stick out like a sore thumb. And that is looking pretty cool. Added in the rest of the frames of the windows, painted the bottoms a little bit, add some slopes, etc. That's nice. I like it. Probably will end up painting all of the red to like, I don't know, black or something, but generally speaking, that's all that I asked for. Also, I figured out the right side. We had 2 pillars, so I just added in the 3rd. Look, there's too much going on down here. I didn't know what else to do, so it's just gonna be 3 pillars. It works. Oh, and also I went around and messed with the roof here, and there's these new beautiful tar roofs, and I love them. Best part about them is that they have this like highlight line that's the same color as the concrete, so it looks like it all matches, and it's so nice. So matchy-matchy, so downright pleasant. Yeah, added this in as well. It goes into this giant block here that I made double wide, so it hides all of like the finicky weirdness. So I think with exterior stuff, we're done with this today. I'll add in some more details later, but we have some interior work to do, some machines to add back in, and some things to organize as well. Number 1 is I got rid of some concrete refineries that are feeding these blenders. So we need another 450 concrete per minute, and we're using the refineries with the wet concrete recipe in order to do that. And since we'll be overclocking them, we'll need about 3 refineries. So let's build these. Where do we want to build the refineries? Well, before we had them downstairs by the train stations, and that was way too busy. We have a bunch of stuff going on over there. We have like uranium coming through. We have all the belt work from the CHU going through this area. We have like the actual main components of the nuclear fuel rods waiting, and they need to go straight across there. And so there's no way we're gonna be able to fit them down here. So we're gonna have those refineries upstairs. And you know what? Nowadays, since we have soft clearance, what if we did something new? What if we did something spicy? Let's have this going this way, right? Sure, we'll just have it right there. Then we'll add in some walls and have them soft cleared into there. And then kind of have like the entry ports and the exit ports on the both sides of the wall. Make those walls the concrete material. And I think we're gonna get something that looks pretty cool. Like already, like, look at this. We have this pipe that's like entering the wall right there. It's fantastic. Oh, and this is actually exactly what I wanted to show. It's like with the refineries, it's almost like 2 machines. You have this bricky portion on the front end, and then you have this like tubey portion on the back end with the smokestack. And I just positioned things perfectly so we get that look. See? So if we had the whole wall going this way now, if we just zoop that in, you kind of get the vibe. It looks like it could be properly attached to the wall. Then on the interior, it looks a little bit more weird, I'll be honest, but it works. And most of the time we're gonna be seeing the exterior anyway, so all good with that. Now then, oh, this was meant to be. Look at that. The ladder that's attached to the refinery itself sticks out just like that. Oh my gosh, it's flush. I love it. I love it. I love it. It always was meant to be this way, and we've done it. Fantastic, I'm pleased. Yep, that's a sign. From here though, we still need another 2 of these bad boys, so we'll just build the other 2 in a little row here. Neat. You know what would be even better though? We have those walkways, and we can attach the blocks to the walkways, right? I'm pretty sure we can also attach the walkways to these machines. Oh, you better believe we can. Could we have walkways to each machine? Yes. And it looks great from down here too. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? I think we've already figured out what exactly we're doing. Yeah, sometimes just things work themselves out. The front of this piece took like 6 to 8 hours to figure out, and this took 5 minutes. Just, some things just click, you know? So I measured all these platforms off of this middle refinery. So the catwalks are flush with the other ones. The walls are flush with this ladder. Everything is looking good. And man, it's so weird to be clipping machines nowadays, but Update 5 has changed me, man. Clipping is the answer. It's beautiful. We even got some doorways in there, so there's a ladder behind that wall where we can go up to the doorway, walk across the pass. All the water is hooked up too, and look at this. Look at this. Where does this belt go? It goes through the floor. Just wait till you see what I've done down there. I pressed W. JK. We have these going. Is that a... That could be not there. Awesome. Yeah, we have these going. They're the big frame pillars. And I've managed to hide in some belts and some splitters in there. So instead of them just floating on the roof or something like that, we have these going. And it looks like actual proper structural supports. And then this goes all the way down. And everything's hidden under these platforms. Last little thing, I just want to add in this little viewing deck over here. Just, you know, so we had something to do with the rest of the space on this kind of like platform. I walled all this in, and this is all outside because there's smokestacks, right? And this just fit nicely in the corner. I'm always taking screenshots from here anyway, so it helps me out quite a bit. And maybe in the future, you know, maybe, we could do some stuff with this tower here. Because like with the machines over there, we can attach catwalks to this tower and we could have something going on. Give me that one. There we go. See how we could zoop this, going that way. We could have it going that way. We could have towers everywhere. Who knows? The options are pretty much limitless. Oh man, but I made a list of all the things we still need to do and it's like, bruh. Things are still gonna be crazy here. I did actually just rebuild all the train items, so that's nice. Let's add a little check to that. And I think next time we're gonna have to work on all the control room stuff. After adding a couple quick details to the front of the build here, I think that's gonna be all for today. And super quickly, I just wanted to thank everybody who went over to support me on Patreon. Patreon is the best way to support me, so if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. And again, thank you for everybody who already has. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you for watching, but have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.